Absolutely, sir. It got up to about 65 degrees here, melted all the snow, what little we had. So I'm getting ready to start my concrete business again for the season. 10-4.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, I figured it would warm up sooner or later. Well, we're almost into March, so you might still get a couple of cold snaps, but I don't think you'll get nothing like you had a couple of weeks ago, man. Hopefully not anyway. 10-4.
Absolutely. You know, what's funny is I was in the living room. I've got my CB radio in the back of the house, and I just had channel 20 on, and I heard you key up from the living room, and I knew that was you, Roger.
Well, I appreciate it. No doubt, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I always come out here after dinner, check the radio, see what Mother Nature's got going on. Sometimes we'll get some skip we haven't had, like the Carolinas or Virginia or something, but most nights it just kind of stays out west. I'm pointing straight north right now. I'm not even pointed at you. I'm kind of pointing straight north, but man, you're coming in good.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't have the tube amplifier on right now. I've just got the little solid state driver. It's doing about 400 watts. Roger?
Roger, Thorpe. Well, that's all you need. That's all you need right now. It's doing a good job on 400, no doubt. Sounding good. What kind of antenna you run out there, 635?
I'm just on a omnidirectional IMAX 2000 at the moment. 10-4.
Oh, okay. Good deal. It's working well. Yeah, I don't, when I first put this tower up, back around 2006 or somewhere, I had a beam up there, and then I had an Antron up above it, and it took a lightning strike, so I won't ever put up another fiberglass antenna down here. We get too much lightning, man, and that fiberglass tends to attract it, so I never put ever since then, matter of fact, I did put up a vertical beam for a short time, and then now all I have up there is a flat side, and I got a wire antenna for the ham bands, but other than that, I don't even have a vertical antenna, Roger.
Hey, 10-4 on that. Well, you know, the big dream for me, maybe this year, try to get a flat side 4-element going. I don't want to bite off more than I can handle. I'd be a first-time beam owner, so that's probably what I'll try to get into on a separate tower on the other side of the house, and then just keep this going. The big thing up here in Lincoln, Nebraska is big-time winds. We've got 45-mile-an-hour winds coming tomorrow. 10-4?
Go shorter, that's for sure. Sometimes the smaller ones, man, they don't even feel, they don't even notice the wind. But this kind of thinking 40-footer, this thing catches the wind like crazy. So, yeah, if I lived there, I'd probably do the same thing. I had to run like a 20-footer or shorter, you know, because nothing's worse than looking up there and watching that thing take a beating from the wind. So yeah, I don't blame you. I would go something fairly small, and you know, make sure everything's supported good, and that way if it does go crashing to the ground for some reason, you don't have to dig too deep in your wallet there, Roger.
Absolutely, and this is definitely an expensive hobby at times, so, and my pocket's definitely not too deep up here. I'm kind of a blue-collar worker out here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Roger?
But I still work a little part-time job. I ain't got money to be buying a bunch of stuff and replacing stuff and fixing stuff and all that. So I try to keep it all working, you know. And I pick up things here and there when the price is right. But other than that, like my rotor's acting up now, and I need to replace it again. And I'm kind of putting it off, but because they're not cheap either. But you know, it's just, I would hate to add up what I've got invested in this stuff, man. Between the base and my mobile and all the other stuff I'm not using that's sitting over here in storage boxes, man, I would hate to even add it up. It'd probably make me cry there, 10-4.
Absolutely, my friend. And I definitely heard you say the other day something about your rotor was acting up, so I rogered that too. Yeah, I just got back on the radio after about 4 months. I've been off the radio for a few years, so I've been back on the radio for 4 months, so I'm having a good time. and definitely meeting some good people, especially people like yourself. Roger?
Well, I appreciate it. 635, no doubt. I've done the same thing over the years, man. Got all into it, and I was into it real every day, you know, and then I got I won't say I got tired of it, just kind of wanted to take a break from it. And at one point, I sold everything I had. And man, I wish I hadn't done that, because it sure is expensive to buy it all back again, you know, but I still go through that. Like last week, or 2 weeks ago, I didn't even want to hear the racket, so I said, you know what, I'll leave it turned off. I'll go out there when I start to miss it. So you kind of go through stages, you know. You'll go through a stage where you want to get in there every day when you can, and then you'll go through a stage, maybe a week, months, whatever, and you just don't even want to mess with it, and then it'll come back, you know. It's kind of one of those things, like when you don't have it, you start to miss it there, Roger?
Absolutely. And I was fortunate that when I got off the radio about 10 years ago, I saved all my equipment. So I jumped right back into it, you know, balls deep, so to speak. I still had my equipment. So I was fortunate with that. And I know you guys are getting tired of hearing my mouth around the DX, because I've had 3 months of sitting around the house with nothing to do. So I'm about ready to go back to work. So probably be limited on my talk time. 10-4?
Hey, when you live somewhere like that and the weather affects your job, you know, what else are you going to do? One of my buddies down here, he's like, man, so-and-so, not you, but there's another guy, he's like, he's on there every day, all day long. I said, dude, he lives in Wisconsin, he's frozen, man. What else is he supposed to do? He ain't got nothing else to do but talk on the radio. It's too daggone cold to go outside there, Roger.
Absolutely. That's funny. Oh, I'm sure they were talking about me. That's all right. I know I've been on the radio quite a bit, and I get pretty excited talking Skip and stuff, but, you know, that's just why I like and enjoy the CB radio. I enjoy making contacts and hearing all the characters out there in DX land, so. All right, my friend. I know I'm Ratchet John, probably, so I appreciate the friendly conversation. 10-4?
All right, 635. Always a pleasure, buddy, no doubt. And make sure you yell at me if you start cutting back on your radio time and you do have a chance to get in there. I usually come out here about 3 times a day. I don't stay too long. I jump around the channels and I shut it off, come back a few hours later maybe, but that's when I'm not working, because like I said, I still work a part-time job. I got to work tomorrow, at least a half a day, and then I got to work all day Sunday, so you know, it's just one of those deals. Kind of gives me a little bit of money from my hobbies, no doubt. So have a good night. And 681, I did hear you out there in your diesel car if you're still on the channel. Have a good one, 635. Take care. Dear Slayer, Lake Okeechobee, Florida.
10-4, sir. Appreciate the friendly conversation and God bless. Dear Slayer, Lake Okeechobee, Florida, station 635, operator around Lincoln, Nebraska, clear.